Okay, everyone, so this is for Tuesday, October 24th, 2023. Dylan's math homework. Work with number 1 first. Alright, so we're going to read number 1. Point W shows the amount of water in milliliters that evaporated from a cylinder in 1 week. So let's examine this graph they've given us. So, you see this is 2.0. This is all in milliliters. It's written like that. So milliliters, 2.0, so this is point W right here. We're going to examine this for just a sec. 2.0, 2.1, because you can tell 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, and 3.0 over there. All right, so this is how you, because this is broken down into 10 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 10. W is on 2.1, this is 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 milliliters. That's how you break that down. Again, this is in tenths right here. The second digit represents the tenths. So 4.4, 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10 anyway. So that's 2.4 milliliters. Now we look at the question. Which decimal number shows how much water evaporated from the cylinder in 1 week? So it's asking us, what does point W represent? Again, we go 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and we already said it was 2.4, so our answer would be W, right? D, I'm sorry, D. So that's our answer, D, 2.4. Again, just to review, in order to figure this out, you count how many pieces this is broken into from here, from 2.0 to 3.0, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces in between 2.0 and 3.0, so that makes it tenths. Again, 2.1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 2.4 milliliters. And again, that's our answer, which we already said, D. Alright, that's number 1. On to number 2. Mariah identified 4 points on a number line. She incorrectly labeled one of these points. Which point on Mariah's number line is labeled incorrectly? So now let's look at these points. Okay, so 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2. So on. All right. Now we know by looking at these numbers that if it's closer to, in this case, like 2.3, it's pretty. This point right here is pretty close to it. So it's got to be below. It's got to be below 2.5 for sure, because this is 2.5 right here. I'm sorry, 2.35 right here. So it's got to be. It's got to be 2.3 with a small number, so that's 2.32, and you can imagine that this is correct because 2.33, 2.34, 2.35, and so on, 2.36 and 2.37. If you were to break this area between here and here into 10 pieces, you would basically figure out that 2 is closer. It would be closer to this side than it would be to this side, right? So this one seems to be correct. Let's look at the next one, 2.54. So 2.5 is here, 2.6 is here, 2.55 would be somewhere smack in the middle, right? You can imagine that. You break this in half, you get 2.55. 2.55 is in between, is right in the middle between 2.5 and 2.6. So this is 2.54. That seems to be correct as well. Let's look at this one, 2.6 and 2.7. So again, 2.62, similar to this one right here. If it was going to be 2.62, it would be closer to this side than it would be to this side. This one seems to be incorrectly marked. Out of the way. Get this out of here. So 2.62 would be closer to this because you could get 2.6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then finally 2.7. So this one appears to be wrong. This one should be over here somewhere instead of where it's at. So this one appears to be the wrong one. And we're going to check the next one just to be sure. 2.84. So this one, then 2.85 would be somewhere in the middle. You're just estimating. These don't have to be exact. So 2.85 would be somewhere in the middle, as you can see right here. 2.85 would be. So this seems to be pretty close because 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and so this is 2.84. This seems to be pretty close. But again, this is the one that seems to be giving us issues. This one's the one we probably think is wrong. So the question is, which point on Mariah's number line is labeled incorrectly? 2.32 seems to be okay. 2.54 we said was okay. 2.62, this should be over here somewhere, right? And you can imagine, again, this is, if you were break this into 10 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. You imagine the 2.62 would be somewhere over here. And it's not, it's over here, it's way over here on the right side. So this one seems to be the wrong one. So this is our answer right here, alright? And you have to imagine that some of these numbers, so again, 2.3, 2.4, 2.31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, finally 2.4. So again, this just takes a little bit of an imagination to try to figure out where these things might be. Anyway, that's number 2. On to number 3. Carl ran 1/10 mile on, so 1/10 of a mile. So this write some of this information down. 1/10 is written as like this. Whoops. 0.1. That's 1/10. On Monday, 6/10, 0.6. That's because this first digit here on the right side of the decimal point represents tenths. So this is how you write this. 0.6. That's 0.6. 0.6 tenths of a mile on Tuesday. And 3/10 of a mile. That's 0.3 tenths of a mile on Wednesday. He located these distances on the number line, which number line correctly corresponds to Carl's distances for these 3 days. So this is relatively easy. If you're basically just analyzing the numbers they give you on the number line. This is a number line. You see the Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday here. Now, incidentally, these numbers they gave you are sort of irrelevant because you're not trying to figure that out. All you got to know is that it's tenths, right? The tenths is like I said, 0 point whatever, like 5. This digit here, on the right side of the first digit on the right side of the decimal point represents tenths. This is another one. This digit here on the 2 digits to the right of the decimal point right here, this 5 represented is hundredths, and then so on, then thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and so on. Right, so, but we're looking for tenths. So we're looking for something that corresponds to these numbers we wrote over here, 0.1, 0.6, and 0.3. A is not that because these are whole numbers. These are whole numbers as well. These are single whole numbers. They're single ones, tens, right? 10, 20, 30, so on. These are in 10 digits. 10, written 10, not tenths. I'm talking about tens, right? The first digit, 2 digits to the left of the decimal point represents tens. Here we go. Look at C. These are the exact numbers we wrote, right? So these represent tenths because this is ones, and then we go a decimal point, and then 1 to the right. What do we say that was? Those are tenths, and this is the one we want. This is basically what the question is asking. Which number line correctly corresponds to Carl's distances for these 3 days? We're looking for the decimal point, 1 decimal point to the right, and that represents tenths, which is what the information they gave us. Let's look at D for a second. So we were talking about this earlier. This digit right here, the first digit to the right of the decimal point, is tenths. This decimal point to the second 2 decimal points to the right is hundredths. And that is not what we're looking for. So this is not the answer we want. This is not the answer. And this is ones, tens, tenths, then hundredths. Alright, so this is our answer here. That's our answer, right? So that's it. On to number 4 and final one. Muna and Finn raced Pinewood Derby cars to see whose car would go to the farthest. They used this number line to show the results. So now you can see. This is presumed to be in feet, I guess, right? Maybe yards, who knows. So you got 15.0 all the way to 16.0, and then further down the line over here. Now let's analyze this. So if we're going to get from 15.0 to 16.0, and you see there's these little marks right here, these tick marks. We would need to count the tick marks in order to break this down. So we count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then finally 10. So we can basically figure out these are broken into tenths, right? So 15.1, 15.2, 15.3, 15.4, 15.5, 15.6, 15.7, 15.8, 15.9, and so on, 16.0. Now, Let's look at this again. 15.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 15.5. This tick mark right here is 15.5, and you see how fin is a little bit to the right of that, so it would be 15.5 maybe. See, this is the middle of the tick mark right here, this mark right here, so this would be 15.5. This blue area, this blue mark I wrote is 15.5, so it's somewhere in between 15.5 and 15.0. 15.5, oops, somewhere between 15.50 and 15.55. This is where Finn's mark is at. So that's basically what we're trying to estimate. Okay, now this is not exact, so we're just going to take an estimate. So somewhere between 15.5, 15.55 and 15.5. Let's write that again. 15.50 all the way to 15.55. Right, and this is again how we got to this. I'm going to repeat this again later on and review it in a second. Well, we can see that we're going to review these and try to figure out which one of these could be. Well, we know it's not 15.3 because they're looking for a number 50 between this to this area, 15.50 and 15.55. Not that one. Because we're looking at the first number, 15.53. That's not in between that. This could be it, right? We know it's not this one either. 15.54, 0, and 16. The second number, we're not analyzing the second number yet. So this is what we're looking for. So it's one of these two, right? Now let's look at Muna's number. We're going to analyze Muna's number, all right? Again, we're going to count 16.0, 16.1, 16.2. So the Muna's number is somewhere between 16.1. So this is 16.10 through somewhere between 16.10 and 16.2. This is 16.20. So now we can analyze the numbers, right? Remember, we already know that this number or this number is the correct one for the first number, right? So it's either this one or this one, and now we're looking for a number between one of these, right? Somewhere between 16.10 and 16.20. Well, let's look at, we're going to go to that one in a second, but let's look at this one for a second. 16.02 is outside of this area, because 16.02 would be somewhere over here. 16.0 to 16.1, it'd be somewhere over here. And that is not where this point is. So now we know by deduction, by figuring out what's not what it isn't, we do now know what it is. And it's this one, it's G. Alright, so we know this is the answer. Let's review. Do this again one more time, just figure this out. Alright. So we're going to do the answer there first a second. So look at Finn. This is 15.1, 15.2, 15.3, 15.4, and 15.5. This point right here is 15.5. Right? And this area, this one right here, is 15.6. Right, so this is how we break this down. Then 15.7, 15.8, 15.9, and finally 16.0. So we know that that Finn's number is somewhere between 15.5 and 15.6, right? I will do it that way. So we know this. We look at this one, this number again. We're looking for some number 15.5 through 15.6, right? This is not between that. This is lower than that. So this the first number here is not that. This is 15.3. So no, this is not the answer. And we look at this right here. We're looking for a number between those. So the 15.4 is lower than this one as well. So this is not right either. We're only looking at the first number. Don't worry about the second number. Don't worry about this number. We're only looking at this number, 15.4. That's lower than this one, this area. So we know this is not the answer either. I'm going to start over this. So that's for our first number, right? That's Finn's number. Oops, stop. I didn't mean to say that. Oh well. Darn it. I hope I didn't mess that up. Get back to where we were. Oh my gosh, what the heck did I do? Shouldn't I just do this one here? Alright. So here we go. We'll go back to this one. Okay, so here we go. That's for Finn's number. We just finished Finn's number. This is this one. This is the first number. So we figured out it's either this one or this one, right? And we're going to look at Muna's number. So 16.0. This point is 16.1. This point is 16.2. And 16.3. But we're looking at this. So the Muna's number is in between 16.1 and 16.2. So now we look at this. I'm looking for a number between 16.1 through 16.2. We could write 16.0, 110 if we wanted it that way, make it maybe a little easier for us. So 16.11 is in between that range. This number is in between this range. So that is our answer. Now we're going to just, for the sake of it, just look at J. 16.02 is out of this range. It's lower than this number, 16.10. So this cannot be the answer. So this again tells us that this G is our answer. This is the correct answer. That's how we get that. All right. Hopefully that was understandable to you. If you have any questions, just review it. Okay, thank you.